What's up, guys? So as you guys can tell from the beginning of the video, my car doesn't want to start. Funny story, because I was driving back home right in front at a red light and my car just dies right in front, busy intersection, and it just freaking dies. So luckily some guy got off his car and helped me push the car into like a local Jack in the Box or whatever. And yeah, so I mean, I got it to start, so, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is because the way I got it to start. I'll show you guys what I did, and if you guys have this problem in the future, maybe it'll help some of you guys out, so stay tuned. First things first, what's called my alternator, well, my battery light, that light right there has been on for a while, and it's because my alternator hasn't been charging the charging system very well. But yeah, so when my car died, I thought my alternator had finally given out. So I ended up walking home and getting some tools from my house. So some of the things I brought with me when I went back to check out my car was a DMM, my test light, and a jumper wire. So the first thing I did when I got back to the car from getting some tools was the battery. I got my DMM, put on DC volts, just to check it out. So I did that, checked the battery, and it's at, well, right now it's at 11.8, just because I've been cranking it, trying to start to see if it starts right now. But yeah, what's it called, when I was there, it was probably like at 12 point something, because you want a around 12.5, 12.4 volts when trying to start it or to get a good crank. Since at the time it was cranking very well, like it was trying to start, I was pretty sure it wasn't the battery, but since my battery light was on and it didn't hurt just to check it out. So the next thing I did, because the car died like randomly, like it kind of like boggled down and it just died. I was suspicious of the fuel pump. So right away I took out my jumper wire. So here's the relay. This is the fuel pump relay right there. And I wanted to see if the fuel pump was running, because I didn't hear it from inside the car when I was trying to start it. So I suspected maybe the fuel pump was bad. So this one in the center right there is a fuel pump relay. So I ended up taking that out, and then so I can just I'll give it 12 volts. So the two terminals you want to jump is going to be this one and that one down there. And I know because I've checked the wiring diagram, and then one of them is constant 12 volts and the other one goes straight to the fuel pump. So 12 volts straight to the fuel pump would make it start. Okay, so I have the two terminals jump, and I don't hear the fuel pump. The fuel pump is under the back seat, under here. So you just move the back seat, it's under here. So yeah, I'm giving 12 volts. The pump should be running right now, but it's not. So a little trick you can do on fuel pumps, if you have like access to it, like I do right here, is I just smacked it right here on top, just so the fuel pump could turn on. So let me smack it and see if it does turn on. There you go. You guys hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear it through the camera, but the fuel pump turned on. I can hear it. So You can hear it up here too, all the fuel. See, the pump's running right now. I can hear the pump running in the back, and then I'll just start it to show you guys. That's the problem. So I just removed the jumper wire. So yeah, again, you want to jump this one, this terminal, and this terminal down here. And I'll put the relay back. Like this. Make sure it's all the way in. So yeah. So I'm gonna replace the fuel pump, and I'll show you guys how to do it. So the fuel pump is located under this plate right here. So to take this plate off, there's 4 screws around the plate. This right here is the fuel pump assembly, the connector that gives the pump the 12 volts in the ground. Fuel lines. And this is the sender. You want to take this connector out, move it out of the way. You want to take this connector out, and then you're gonna want to remove that hose. You might want to have a rag around the hose, just because fuel might spray out. Alright, so I got the hose out, and I just put a spark plug in there, because if you lean it down, fuel's gonna start coming out. So I just put a spark plug there just so it won't leak. So next, what you want to do is that there's like little edges here, like right here, right there. You want to hit it with like a hammer or something and make it spin counterclockwise. So this whole thing spins out counterclockwise, and then you're gonna be able to take it out. Alright guys, so I took out the fuel pump, which is this one right here. So this is the actual pump right there, and then this is the little sock filter, and then this right here is the sending unit for the actual fuel gauge. Like, it tells you how much gas you have. But one thing to note, there's 4 nuts that hold that sending unit in place. So there you can see the studs, these right there. So you take out those 4 nuts, and then you take out this, you slide the sending unit out, and then obviously take out the hose, the connector, and then you can like kind of like maneuver this a way that you can actually take it out, because if you have the sending unit inside or assembled with the pump, you're not going to be able to like maneuver it out. So this is the new one, which is not really new, it's a used one. Some guy was parting out an E30, and he had the fuel pump, and because this is my daily driver, I pretty much need a pump right now. So meanwhile, I order a pump online. I just went ahead and like bought this. I don't know how long this is gonna last me, but as I said, this is temporary. Alright guys, so I'm ready to put my pump, or this pump in. So you're gonna wanna tilt it and kinda wanna fall in there, and make sure you put that O-ring in there before. Alright, when you get the pump sorta in, you wanna put on this hose before you put it all the way in, because it makes it easier, because you don't, there's this hard hose on this side that you don't wanna like bend or anything, and since it's an older car, you don't wanna like break it. Just like that. Alright, so when you put it on, make sure this is like seated all the way, So you can press down and it's like flush with the top of the tank. So obviously this is how the pump should go, because the connector's right here, the hose lines up, and yeah. So the way you hit it on is that once it's flush with the tank, has these notches I was talking about earlier, and you just want to hit them. So you put your screwdriver here, and then you just want to hit it, and the whole pump should start rotating. And then right there where you hear the kind of like the sound change, it's kind of it lets you know that that's the end. All right, tighten your hose. And it's not this fucking size. Fucking great. So before you start it all the way, just turn the key a couple times. Not all the way on, don't start it, just turn them off and on. And what this does, every time you turn the key, it should start the pump like for a couple seconds, and then it shuts it off because it knows that the vehicle isn't running. So after you do it a couple times, you should be able to start it. This is with the E30 on, and as you can see, there's no leaks anywhere. Everything's good. No leaks on the hoses. So you should be good to go. This gasket goes here, and then plate goes right there. Tighten down the 4 screws all the way. Alright, that's it. If you guys found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe, and if you have any feedback, leave it in the comment section below. And other than that, it's a great video. We're good.